Hi everyone, in this video I wanted to show you OBS, and that's the software that I use to do all my screen capture. So almost all my videos have a screen capture that involve a phone or a computer, and OBS is one of the primary softwares that I use to do those captures, and it's completely for free. So I wanted to do a more in-depth tutorial on showing you how I use OBS, all the settings in the menu, how to record your screen in 4K if you have a 4K monitor, all in one video so you could get the most out of OBS, open broadcast software, for the very first time of using it. So let me jump into the computer. I'll show you how to get the software. It doesn't matter if you're on Mac or a PC. I'm on a Mac here, but the process is all the same. This is an open broadcast software that's good for any platform, and it works the same way. Let's jump into the computer so I could show you how to use it. If it's your first time here, I make social media and tech tutorial 5 times a week that are easy to follow, just like this one, so please consider subscribing. Let's take a look here. To get started with OBS, we need to download a fresh copy of OBS. I actually deleted mine and I'm recording this on a Mac with QuickTime Player, so I wanted to show you the entire workflow from downloading OBS Studio to using it. So I'm on a Mac here, so I'm gonna click this to install it. But if you're on Windows or Linux, there's easy ways in installing them through these links. I'm gonna go ahead and click the Mac link. And as soon as I click it, it starts downloading right here. So as soon as this is done, I'm gonna click it, and it's just an installer package, just like any other software. I'll go ahead and install it. I'm gonna click the installer package here and go through this installation process. And I'm gonna go ahead and move it to trash here. I just press close, move to trash. Now I could either go up here and search for OBS, or I could go to Launchpad down here on Finder window, and I could just launch OBS that way. So I'll just click this to launch OBS. It actually looks like it remembers some of my settings since I already had this file. So let me go ahead and delete these, and I'll start from scratch here the same way you will see the screen. So this is what OBS should look like actually when you first get it. It should be a black screen because we haven't set up any sources yet. So let me just expand OBS here, and I'll walk you through how to set up your first scene. So to set up your first scene, by default, a very first scene is already here. So over here is scenes, then you'll do source, then you'll do your audio, and if you have multiple scenes, you'll have this transition, and then you could start recording. So I'll walk you through each panel one at a time. So the very first one is scene. So to add a scene, press plus. You could name your scene. In this case, I only need the default scene, so I'm gonna cancel. But if you wanted to have several scenes and jump between them, this is where you do that. But let's start with our default scene, just labeled scene here. Then we want a source. So to add a source, go ahead and press the plus sign here. And the two common ones that we're gonna use are display capture. That's if you want to record your screen for streaming, for recording anything on your display on your computer. So I'm gonna do display capture, and let's just call it display capture in this case. And this is your display capture. You'll see this picture in picture, and properties for display capture. This window has some options. So do you want to show cursor? Yes. Which display do you want? I only have one display here. I don't have external ones plugged in here. And do you want to do a crop? No, I don't want to do a crop. I'm going to press OK. That's all your settings. Again, under display, you may see other displays if you have additional displays plugged in. I'm going to press OK. So now here is my OBS window. You get this picture-in-picture effect the way it's set up here. And you could always go ahead and take the corner of this display, for example, and shrink it, and then move it over here if it's not fitting your window. So I just did that in this case, and it snaps right into the corners. You probably won't have to do that. I played around with this a little bit in the settings, and that's why it was set up the way it was. But that's display capture. I'll show you one more device here. If you wanted to capture your phone, for example, let me go ahead and plug my phone into the computer. I have an iPhone here, and I'm just gonna plug it with the USB right into the computer. And what I wanna do here is, I want to choose video capture device. So if you have a phone that you want to record, that's video capture device. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll just call this one iPhone, for example. Press OK. And here it's asking you for your device. You could choose the camera that's built into the computer, or this iPhone, or really anything that pops up here, usually any external device that you plugged in. And the preset, I'm going to go with 1280 by 720. That's okay. And then I'm going to press OK here. And this is that device. So I could go and turn display capture off. I'm just going to press this eyeball here. So then I just have that iPhone that's plugged in to my computer here. And if I want to expand it and make it bigger, I could have it fill the whole screen just by dragging this and stretching it out. And if I don't like the display, I could select that iPhone, go to the setting gear here and change it to high. If I want it to be even higher than that HD quality, it will give me a higher resolution there. So as you see, it's much higher resolution, so I'll have to grab the corner and actually shrink it down to fit the screen. It's much, much bigger than that other HD quality that I had a second ago. So just for the sake of this video, let me go ahead and put it back to 1280 by 720. And it looks like I flipped it when I was trying to change it up. So I'll move it to the corner and then I'll extend it to fill my screen. That's how you record an iPhone. I'm gonna turn the iPhone off. I'll turn the display back on. I'll move the display back. Looks like I moved it here. So now that display is set. Next, we want to do our mixer. We want to set up our microphone. So right now the mic is on. You could press the setting icon here and go to properties. And under properties, you could pick your device. I use the blue snowball. That's what you're hearing me on. You don't want to use the built-in microphone. You want to have a nice external microphone that sounds a lot better. This one's about 50 bucks, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. I already have that set. I'm going to press OK, and then you can have your audio level here set. Mine is set to max, and this is about a good level. You want somewhere between -15 and -5. You obviously don't want to hit 0. That's going to get a little bit distorted. Scene transition is if you have multiple scenes and you want to fade, for example, or cut between them, you'll have that. This is a lot more advanced than this beginner's tutorial. And in this case, I'm not going to use scene transition. I never do for the things that I do here. So once you're set up with all these, you want to either start streaming or start recording. Studio mode, we're not going to worry about in this video. And then you have setting and exit. I do want to show you a few things in settings. So before I do start recording or start streaming, let's jump into setting. I'll click that. And under setting, under general, you have all the defaults that I never really changed. These are all good to go as they are, but I do want to change a few other things. So under stream, you want to choose the service you want to stream. Is it YouTube? Is it Twitch? You want to pick the server. Is it somewhere near you want to choose, or you want to do auto? Auto works fine. And then you want the streaming key. You get this from the service provider like Twitch or any of these options that you have here. That's the streaming service. Then for video, that's the other one that I use often. You have your base resolution and your output. Now you see this number here. I typed this in manually because your other options under the drop down don't include this 4K option. So I have a video on how to set this up, but basically all you do is you type in this number and you will get 4K recording if you have a 4K monitor. If you don't have a 4K monitor and you have a HD monitor, you'll choose this option here, 1920 by 1080. Make sure your output resolution matches. By cubic, and I do 60 because it's the sharpest, most frames, but you could do 30, 24, but I recommend 60 if your computer is fast enough. Recording 60 frames per second gets you a really nice screen capture. Audio we already talked about, but basically you just want to make sure you have a nice external microphone here. And then the last thing we want to change is output. And for output, these are my settings here. I actually typed in 6000 for video bitrate here, but you could choose any other option. Actually, after 3500, it looks pretty good. Software is good. And the only thing I changed is the recording format from FLV by default to MP4. MP4 is really one of the best options you could have for recording videos. So go ahead and change it. And then recording quality, you could do lossless, which is a huge file, but it's very, very clean. So if you could take the file size, go ahead and do that. I use this one, which is a large file, but it's very nice. And this high quality one is a pretty small file compared to these two, but I really like this one the best. It's a great compromise between quality and file size. Everything else is okay here. And then under advanced option, I never actually changed any of these, so my advanced options are on default. I just want to show you that page. But basically what you want to do is change the video formats. 1920 by 1080 is a good one. 60 frames is a good one. You want to change your output to MP4, and you want to make sure your audio has a good external. And for streaming, you want to make sure you have your stream key and your service if you're streaming. And also the last thing I want to show you is under output, you want to choose a recording path. So in this case, I could click browse here and I'll just pick my desktop just so you have a path where your movie files are recording to. If you don't have this here, you'll get an error message. I'm gonna press OK, and now everything is set. I could just press start recording or start streaming. In this case, I didn't put a streaming key. I'm gonna actually record the screen. I'm gonna press start, and it's actually recording the screen that you see. Once that's done, all you have to do is you have to press stop recording. I'll press stop here, and then you'll go and see where your movie is stored to. To easily find it, go to File, Show Recordings up here, and it's showing it right on my desktop. So if I press spacebar, start, there we go. That's the recording I just showed you how to make by pressing start record, and that's how you start recording. If I change it back to my iPhone, for example, let me just show you that. I'll turn the display capture off, and I'll turn on the iPhone. If I start recording that, and if I moved around in my iPhone just like that here, and then I stopped, I could go up here, File, Show Recording, and then I could see my iPhone recording. And if I moved around in my iPhone, there you go. That's how you record the screen, and that's how you record any external device. I could have done it even with my built-in camera, my FaceTime camera here on the Mac. So there's a lot of options here with what you could record. I hope you found this video useful. OBS is really one of my favorite apps that I use every single day, and I hope you could do the same with recording any screen that you want. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for daily tech tutorials that are easy to follow just like this one, and I really hope to see you on the next video. As always, thank you so much for watching.